Happy New Year, everybody. Thanks for checking out this week's weekly review, where we take a look at the headlines that move the markets and talk all things investment related. On Monday, the Dow closed down 183 points, the S&P dropped 18 points, and the Nasdaq closed down 60 points. The markets were down even though the Chinese vice premier said he would be traveling to Washington this week. It's believed that he'll sign the Phase 1 trade deal that was agreed upon. Positive trade news couldn't keep the markets positive on Monday. We expected slow markets with the big money manager still on vacation and not likely to return until next week Monday. On Tuesday, the markets curbed some of the previous day's losses. The Dow closed up 76 points, the S&P closed up 9 points, and the Nasdaq closed up 26 points. All in all, the Dow closed out 2019 up 22%, the S&P closed up 28%, and the Nasdaq closed the year up 35%. This is pretty impressive when you think about how rocky 2018 was. If you remember, in 2018 we had the massive tech sell-off in February, which people thought was the start of the big pullback / recession. But we got over that and the market slowly grinded back up, and then October happened. In October 2018, the markets revisited previous highs, but then a hard fall would follow. We entered 2019 deflated. But January 2019 offered stock prices at extreme lows. Apple was in the 160s, Facebook in the 130s, Microsoft was holding the $100 level. Now Apple just hit $300 per share, Facebook is over $200 per share, and Microsoft is around $150 per share. As an investor, I never try to time the markets. I stick to the Warren Buffett philosophy of investing, finding good companies that are on sale and buying them. And that's what I did. That's what we advised our newsletter readers to do. I didn't know when the markets were going to turn around, but I knew Apple was worth a lot more than $160 per share. Hopefully we'll find great value like that in 2020. On Wednesday, the markets were closed for New Year's Day. On Thursday, the markets continued to climb. The Dow closed up 330 points, the S&P closed up 27 points, and the Nasdaq closed up 119 points. The markets received a boost from stocks like Apple, which closed above $300 per share, and Disney, which closed the day at $148.20 per share. Apple's news was triggered by the news of the company landing ex-HBO head Richard Plepler, who will make shows and movies for Apple's TV Plus. And Disney rose on speculation that Disney Plus could gain 25 million subs by the end of 2020's Q1. I think there's a lot of reasons to celebrate Apple, but I'm skeptical this move will work out. Think about what Apple's doing if you have Apple TV Plus. They shut down production of a show produced by Dr. Dre due to its mature content. Now think about what's made HBO great in the past. Game of Thrones, The Sopranos, The Wire, Oz, Rome, Deadwood, Euphoria, True Detectives. Where do investors see those ideas fitting in with what Apple TV Plus is doing? I don't see this working out in the end. In other news, we had Carlos Ghosn, the former chairman of Nissan, Renault, and Mitsubishi, who was on trial for financial crimes committed as an auto executive, flee Japan for Lebanon. Ghosn, who is a Lebanese citizen, believes that he would not receive a fair trial in Japan, and justified his opinion by citing that 99% of Japanese suspects are convicted. We also got news on Thursday that the US government is banning most flavored e-cigarettes. The FDA decided that cartridge-based cigarettes and flavors other than tobacco or menthol would be illegal unless authorized by the government. On Friday, oil, gold, and crypto saw an increase after a confirmed US airstrike in Iraq that killed the top-ranking Iranian general. The assassination sparked fears of global unrest, causing the markets to slide. The Dow closed down 233 points, the S&P was down 23 points, and the Nasdaq closed down 71 points. We were expecting a quiet week and for things to ramp up on Monday, but then this happened. Overall, the Dow and S&P closed down slightly from last week's close, but the Nasdaq was able to squeak out a small win. In crypto news, cryptos jumped on the news of the US airstrike in Iraq. Bitcoin is trading at $7,304. After a brief dip below $7,000, the digital coin was able to reclaim the level today after the airstrikes. It's hovering around a notable level of support, but are there enough buyers at this level to push it back to $8,000? Ethereum was trading at $133, up from last week. Litecoin was trading at $41.75, and Ripple was trading up a penny from last week at 19 cents. Crude oil closed the week out at $63.01 per barrel, up 2% from last week. The third week in a row, crude oil has increased by 2%. A big winner for the week was BioXcel Therapeutics, which increased 66% on the week. On news that the company is taking the next steps on their bipolar and schizophrenia drugs. A big loser for the week was Bridge Biopharma, BBIO, which decreased by 12% on the week. If you're ready to get serious about investing and creating wealth for yourself, check out our latest newsletter, The Silver Report. Serious investment ideas presented in a way that experienced and novice investors can understand. If you're ready to master the markets, check out our newsletter at SevilleReport.com. Also, a link to sign up to our weekend article in focus is in the description below. Any headlines you want to read more about, the link to the full story is also in the description below. Thanks again for checking out The Silver Report's market review. This channel is dedicated to anyone who wants to start investing but doesn't know how or where to start. If you have any questions, ask in the comments section, like and subscribe, and may your next investment be your best investment. See you next week.